Hi.
How are you today?
I just drank a cup of coffee, then I'm on the top of the world now.
So, have you ever heard about Steve Jobs' speech in Stanford?
I have watched it about 3 times.
So that's enough for you to, know about his life, right?
Yeah,
Can you tell me about it?
It's almost. I remember that it all started since he dropped out of Reed College after his 6 months of studying. Then he decided to stay. He decided to stay around as a dropped-in. I remember that for another 18 months before he really quit. What a pity that everything happened before he was really born. His biological mother was a young, unwed college student. I remember. I remember that she had a really strong thought Jobs would be adopted by college students. Like I remember that college graduates. Also, she decided to put him up for adoption. I don't remember exactly. Can you tell next? Can you tell me next?
Well, he was adopted by a lawyer and his wife. And after that, when he was popped up at the last moment, they realized that they really wanted a girl. So the doctor called them in the middle of the night, asking. It was an unexpected baby boy. Did you want them? They said, of course. So later on, his biological mother soon found out that his father, which is a lawyer, haven't graduated high school, and his mother haven't graduated college. So she only rented them after a few months when they.
I remember that when they promised that Jobs would go to college someday.
Yeah. So interesting. So allow me to say about his career.
Why not?
So after 70 years, he did get to college, but later on, but choosing the Reed College, which is almost as expensive as Stanford, is naively for him, because all his working class parents' life saving money was spent on his tuition. So after 6 months, he couldn't see the value in it, so he dropped out. And at that moment, he could stop taking required class that doesn't interest him, and started taking the ones that actually look far more interesting to him. So it wasn't all romantic. Well, he doesn't have a dorm room, so he have to sleep on friend's floor room, and he has to, return the Coke bottles for a deposit for 5 cents, and walk to the Harisha Christian temple for a free meal for every week, and he barely walked 7 miles to get there. And when they first made the first Macintosh computer, it all came back to him, and they designed it all into the Mac, and it was the first computer to have such a beautiful typography. And back in the day when he was 12, he was working with his friend was in his parents' garage, and by working hard after 10 years, just in 10 years, well, Apple have grown from 2 people working in a garage into a whole company with over 4,000 employees and 2 billion networks in total. But at 30, he was fired out. Why? Why would he get fired out by the company that he started by his own? Well, when the company was in its golden age, he hired the one who he thinks that is talented. So later on, for the first year or so, things go very well, and they were getting along. But then their visions of their future became diverse, and eventually they had a falling out. So the board directors and him decided to, fire Jobs. So for the first few months, Jobs felt really depressed, but then he realized that he couldn't let the previous entrepreneur generation down. So he kept working, and he finally started a company called Next, and then started a company called Pixar. And Pixar is so far have become the most successful company in the field of animation now. And later on Apple bought Next, and he returned to Apple. So in conclusion, you can connect the dots in backwards, but you can connect it in the future, but you can connect it backwards. And somehow, by believing in your life, your karma, and whatever, you will finally find your way. And later on, he got cancer, but it was cured. And he found a